Okay, good afternoon, students. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Okay, we'll wait for another 2-3 minutes. Probably a few of your students are still joining. Okay. All the time I say because once I present the screen, no, so it will be difficult for me to go through this page, right? Whether somebody has requesting me to, join them. Fine. Wait for 2-3 minutes. Okay, should we start the class? Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please respond to any queries if I ask you people as soon as possible. Fine. That gives me a confirmation that I'm audible to you. Uh, okay. We'll start the class now. I will be presenting my entire screen to you. Okay. Okay. Now whether my screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah. Fine. Okay. I formally welcome you people for your public relation subject class. Fine. And anyway, we people have dealt few of the concepts in your previous class, right? And I think we have to continue further. Now, before going through, the newer concept what we people are going to deal today, let me brush you up. Okay, some of the concepts which people have already dealt. Okay, just to revise what we people have done in the past class or previous class. Okay, fine. So here what we did, okay, sorry, in the past what we people have done in your previous classes, we have dealt with what is the meaning of public relation, okay, where we also discussed around how much an information is important to be transferred from any organization to its public, the interested people who have you know um, one or the other type of stake into the organization. Fine. Then we also discussed on some proactive and reactive approaches, where how as an you sorry, how an organization can make himself very strong enough in planning its public relation. Okay, whether before some issue happens, those people are ready, or whether the issue has already happened and those people want to patch up the mistakes what those people have done or any problems what those people are facing because of the issues which has been raised into the market. Fine. So these two we have discussed, one proactive and reactive. Proactive is something before something, some of the crisis may hit the organization if people are ready, and reactive is something already happened. Okay, and now this is a time where the organization is preparing itself in helping itself in solving the problems and coming out of that issues. Fine. Okay. Now we have something like public relation process, which we people have already discussed, where it starts with doing a research. Then once the information is collected on a type of problem those people are going to face, and the public relation is going to help them in solving it. Along with that, once the problem is identified, you people plan. Then once the planning is done, you take certain actions and how best that plan can be implemented. Fine. And at the end, you go with the controlling, where the evaluation is done. Okay, whatever the plan you people had, whether it has been achieved or not. So these are things we people have already discussed in your previous classes, but where in the research you people do one thing like defining the research problem. Fine. With respect to the public relation. Fine. So any problems what you have. Okay, and you people have developed some communication for that to solving it. Then you people have already discussed on certain planning issues where people develop a strategy or tactics, right? The possible way of helping an organization in reaching its public with the type of communication we want to make them to reach. Okay, and for that you people develop a goal. Okay, you people are going to develop an objectives. Fine. And then you people are going to identify who are your target audiences or public, and what best programs or themes that you people can bring into, which can create maximum output for the PR professionals in reaching the audience and solving the problem. Fine. Okay. So, and also we people have discussed on implementation part, taking the actions where this purely depends on how best you people develop a communication tactic and what are the possible way of implementing it. Fine. So this include what the tactics for communicating, the logic what you people take. Fine. And what should be the timeline which in which the program or campaign has to implemented. Fine. And then some budget you people are going to fix for it, and expenses which is required for the organization to bear when those people are going to reach their audience. Then we have step four, evaluation. As I told you, whatever planning you people have done and whatever the campaign or program you people have already decided and implemented in the market. Now it's a time that you people have to see how successful the program was and whether the objective what was set by a PR department in reaching their audience. Okay, with certain theme, whether that has been successfully implemented or not. You people are going to do this evaluation process. Then we have next like behavioral process. Sorry, we have public relation model. We have sorry. So this model also we people have discussed, as we told that direct awareness can create ultimate type of behavior which has been desired by the organization among the public. It's very rarely happens. Occasionally we say when somebody is ready by having an awareness, what we call it as latent readiness. Okay, this latent readiness, sometimes from the awareness to the latent readiness, from latent readiness it can go directly to the development of desired behavior. Fine. Occasionally it happens, but usually the process is very lengthy, and it takes a lot of effort from the side of PR professionals in developing that ultimate behavior. And usually they consider and go through these major five steps like awareness, latent readiness, then triggering the events, then preparatory or say intermediate behavior, or then relationship building. Once the relationship is built, ultimately you can expect a type of behavior which you people are expecting that your public or say any target audience need to have towards the organization. Fine. So this was also discussed. Okay, and these all related steps we have already discussed with that. Okay, fine. So this is where we people have stop our class in the in the previous class. Okay. the discussions what we people need to do further is on these aspects like the persuasion model. Okay, so see, remember before we go through this persuasion model, see to it that you have to identify as a PR professionals that what type of audience that you people have and how you people want to make them to learn the information that what you people are furnishing to them. Okay, ultimately this is something like you're persuading them or creating an interest among them that to those people have to listen, pay a lot of attention and grasp the information which you people are having an intention to you know give a target audience, okay, or a public. So this is all about like public relation people try to persuade the audience to learn the new information. They have to understand it, okay, and they have to keep that into their mind for future references. Fine. And these type of learning can also lead to changes in the emotions, where even persuasion happens when information is sent to them. Along with that, PR professional always look for creating some sort of emotions into the public, okay, and also make them to act in a certain way. Okay, and ultimately the PR people, they always look for an output in the form of a behavior which public or say or audience has to exhibit, okay, or towards the information sent to them and towards the organization. Okay, there is certain definition we have here from Poe and Van, where these people define this persuasion as the use of communication, okay, in an attempt to shape or a change or say we reinforcing the perception. Okay, it says that somewhere like any communication that is being used for persuasion, it will be always attempting to change or develop, okay, a type of perception already existing into the mind of a customer towards the organization. Say as example like towards the organization, they have certain type of perception that can be altered, that can be changed, or if they don't have anything, you can create a type of perception those people have to build towards the organization, or the shaping has happened, the changes have happened. Now if the perception remains stagnant, now you people have to reinforce it, so you have to take it to the next level, right? Along with that, even persuasion also helps in changing the feelings or affects what we say thinking ability of the people, and also the behavior, okay, whatever those people have towards the organization. Okay, along with that, we have like Miller and Levin, which stated that a maximum of successful persuasion attempt generates some type of cognitive, okay, process which you people require to make them to learn. And very effective one it will be, or sometimes you people change, okay, or modify on the basis of behavioral concepts in the among the target audience. Okay, now we have something like these people have followed the previous definitions. Those people have followed certain tasks which those people have to have when those people are uh, developing this type of persuasion into the target audience. As I was telling you people in the initial discussion when I started that persuasion model. Fine, it says something you have to create awareness where you are developing an awareness among the target audience, and those people have to accept the information for the first time. So somewhere you people make them, so somehow those people have to get an interest and they have to pay attention towards, okay, type of information which has been furnished to them, right? So that is what is required, where you make them to receive the information at the beginning. The second is like an attitude. Now these are things which you people have to think, have to adopt in understanding that what type of predispositions that any targeter is having, target audience are having towards the information in the form of whether they like it or they dislike. So you have to see to it that what type of information makes them to feel they are a good or a bad, or whether they like or they dislike it. So on that basis, you people have to craft an information or a communication in a such a way that that has to be liked by the target audience. So then only they show some certain type of attitude towards the information which is being furnished to them. Fine. So that positive attitude can make them to go for the next assessment, where people also have to see the beliefs that what those people have towards the type of issues which is people want to discuss with the target audience or the public. Like, assessment that things are true or false, where those people also see to it that the information which has been given to them and those people have received it, on the basis of their own belief they judge it whether the information is true or false. So it is very difficult and very challenging one for the any organization PR professionals in going through understanding of those target audience belief. Okay, and you have to craft a message that those people have to accept it as a truth, right? So we have next, like, consumer, sorry, we have something like, a behavior which is observable actions. Even you people have to observe the actions of the target audience or a public after going through all these three stages. Okay, the aspects what we say, sorry, like awareness, attitude, and belief, and later on you people have to observe the behavior of them, how those people are going to react for the information which is being furnished to those people. Okay, on any issues with respect to the organization. Fine. Okay. Am I audible to you people? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please respond immediately. Thank you. So we have next something, a concept called like a two-way, symmetrical communication model. This is purely which relies on two-way communication, where you people send a message and you people are going to receive in return, okay, and response from the public or any target audience. So this is very important in communication between the
Hello, sir. You are not audible.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Now it's audible.
Okay. Okay, whether the screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Um, Now, see, once again, let us begin with this two-way symmetric communication model. As I told you, people, this is purely a platform for both, the organization as well as the public, fine, where those people can discuss on two-way communication, fine, due to the advancement in the technology. This is very much possible nowadays, where there will be a team of PR people who will be always looking into the issues or any doubts with respect to the public, fine. So this is something like which relies on totally a honest way, and as well as we say it as open two-way communication, which they will be having a mutual understanding between them, where it also based on give and take, like whatever message has been sent by the organization to the public, even public can also send their doubts in return. So even organization receives a message in return, okay, from the public. Yeah, this is more focus is given on mutual respect and effort to achieve mutual understanding between the organization and the public. So this is something where it's going to build a strong relationship between them, a confidence among the public, okay, on the organization and the related activities of the organization. Fine, and it is going to emphasize on negotiation and a willingness to adapt and make compromises. Fine. So even this, moreover, objective of this two-way symmetric communication is that they always look for negotiation between both the parties. Okay, and also both are going to have an adoption of the opinions what they are going to be discussing mutually. So there will be a willingness to send, okay, and also to receive the opinions both the sides. So we have something like request organizations engage in public relation to be willing to make significant adjustments in how they operate in order to accommodate their public okay, into those public relation activities. Okay, so this is something like where even organization will be very organization and the people responsible for that public relation activities, those will be taking it into the next level, okay, where they make the entire organization to engage into such type of activities related to the public relation, and as well as those people will be ready to make any adjustments when it comes for operating this type of activities, right? Then next we have something like okay, so seems to be used more by non-profit organizations and government agencies, okay, and such business which are heavily regulated with public utilities, right? Then any other type of private organizations, or sometimes or we what we say it as profit-driven companies, right? Usually this PR is more often people can see from the side of the non-profit organization and government-related agencies, right? So when communication is not enough, this is a question usually is going to be asked by any PR professional, that what quantity and quality of information that has to be sent to the public. What should be the extent to which the information has to be furnished to the public? Because too much sometimes leads to the problematic for the organization, where the public and or the target audience fall into a confusion, okay, due to the too much of information has been furnished to them. So that becomes very difficult for them to arrange the information and have a type of perception and behavior towards the organization. So that becomes very difficult for them. So we have to always have when the communication is not enough. So much is often made about the quality and quantity of the communication, as I told you people, right? Within and beyond the organization. See to it that what level of communication that you people have in the form of quantity and in the level of quality. Okay. So what you people have the communication within the organization, and you take that information or a communication beyond the organization and or the outside the organization. But remember, communication even becomes more effective. Okay, if you find that even the effective communication is not so effective. The most key which is underlying for any issues is not about just a communication, but all about the effective engagement. So this is says something where that you transfer the information, okay, to the target audience or the public, and that job is not over. So ultimately, the key aspect which you people have to keep in the mind as a PR professionals, when you people are communicating or transferring a message to the target audience or the public, okay, so keep them more engaged with the type of communication you do with them. So they should be engaged with the information what has been furnished to those people, and also those people have to have engagement with the type of issues or the program what you people do know the program, the entire program, for what type of intention it has been developed, and what is the time frame that the program is going to run in the contest. Fine. So that has to be kept in the mind throughout the program till you people get the required or ultimate behavior from the public, make them to be more engaged into the activities of PR. Okay. So as I told you, communication is about sharing a type of information and opinion that it can happen from both the sides. Okay. And engagement is about common cause and a purpose. As I told you, just communication. What we do in communication, we share the information and we share the opinion about any sort of issues or okay matters what we people want to bring it to the notice of the public. And also engagement, it talks about common cause and purpose. If we have common cause and purpose, okay, which is matching both the parties, the organization as well as the public, so you can find there's an engagement. So that generates some interest among the public, where the public always look into a related type of a purpose what both have, okay, and if the same purpose they find it, okay, from the side of organization, the cause for which the organization is fighting, and he or a she as a public has the same inclination towards the cause, and there we can expect that engagement can happen. Fine. So communications technology has brought us fantastically increased capability to communicate across the geographical distance and boundaries. As I was telling the platform which has been given by a technology to communicate, this two-way is becoming very quite common nowadays, where there you have a forums or okay in the social groups, where okay, and those forums discuss about the issues, and a lot of outputs what that can be taken from there will be helping a PR professionals in taking certain type of some sort of decisions with respect to the PR program. Okay, so engagement technology must now take us to the next level. Okay, and organizational boundaries, the internal and external environment becomes very less useful, and individual or groups gravitate naturally. So it says just keeping them into the engagement for certain time period with a very common aspect of say with a common intention, that won't fetch much more relationship with the organization, okay, by the public. So what you people have to do is use the technology in such a way that the engagement of the public will be taken to the next level, okay, which goes beyond the organizational boundaries, okay, and which will be helping PR professionals getting some good relationship with the public. Okay, so towards common purpose and shared interest. Okay, am I audible to you now? Whether the class
Yes,
is
sir.
audible or not? Okay, fine. Okay, we are at the end of your module one, which is only one concept which we people have to deal now with respect to 20 great truths about the public relations. Okay, you people have to keep that in the mind when you people are working on public relations, okay, activities, fine, or you want to develop, you take any overall activities of public relations you people are dealing with, you people have to keep them in the mind, okay, as a public relation officer. And we have something here, the first one, which begins with the long-term, security of the organization is far more important than the short-term expediency, or what we say the convenience. So don't have so convenient, what we say attitude towards the public, fine, or organization being more lenient, okay, about public relation activities. They say this PR can be helpful for you people in having security for the organization for a long time when you have a good relationship with the public. Then perception is a reality. Fact, now what we said, notwithstanding, what we said is not all the same. So remember, perception is that what perception that public has towards the organization is a reality. Okay, and you cannot say that that perception remains same forever, right? So it will be changing. You people have to keep a track on that. So any sort of unfulfilled expectation from the side of public will be creating very bigger problems, most problems, which we take into the PR. And we have something planning and perception are always invaluable. When disaster stacks somewhere, it will be very late for any organization to prepare for that type of crisis, which disaster, which is not under the control of organization. Fine, and it will be difficult for anybody to build a trust among the public. Okay, so it should be very important to see to it that any sort of planning you people do, however prepared that you people are, any disasters or natural calamities immediately that hit, and even that can create a crisis among the organization. So it is very difficult. Fine, very difficult. Okay, then we have next, so it's very difficult to build a trust among the public because the planning or preparation doesn't comes to the use for sudden crisis strikes or somewhere disaster strikes. Then we have next, the value of research is estimable, right? Remember, we do research at the beginning what actually the program has to be there, the PR program for the public, and at the end, once we people are evaluating it, if you just recall the process what we people have discussed at the time of evaluation, okay, even we do research to match the output and whatever that we people have planned before beginning with the PR. So there may be a differences or deficiencies you people find the variance, the variations what has happened between the actual and the standard what you people have set. Okay, on that basis, you people can decide. But still, it is very difficult to estimate the value of the research when it comes to the PR. So it says every planned PR program should start and end with the research, as I told you people. And remember, any PR, every PR plan should always evolve from the research. Until you people do a research and understand the present behavior of the public towards the organization, you cannot take that to the next level without doing the research. Okay, so we have next, research should be conducted every step of the program. This is the continuous process of controlling the each and every activity or process of the PR program. Fine. So any small problem happens in any of the stage can spoil the entire PR program, and once again they have to start with the first. But before that, it will be damaging the image of the organization among the public. So we have next 6 1, PR needs to always pay its position and let others department play there. It says that you cannot take all the department and fall. So it says PR has its separate identity, okay, and its separate objective of being a department, as a department in the organization, okay, and they don't indulge into any other departments, or they don't take much help of the other departments in executing the program. They say what the role that PR has to play, it will be playing separately compared to the other departments. Okay. The communication must always follow the performance. As I told, just communication not important. Engaging the peer public, okay, towards the organization is very much important. So just communicating and stopping the PR program is not enough. So you people have to implement those programs in getting some good output. Okay, and we have something, PR frequently turns on timing, knowing when to act as important as knowing what to do. So it is something like what to do, people come to know, but when to act is a very much important. So timing is very much important. The time which makes you people to get maximum exposure of the organization among the public. Okay, so rather than hitting, if people can rely on more tapping. Okay, so if your client, product, organization is challenged, remember we have something to do here, like do not ignore the challenge. any problem with the product, any problem with the organization, any problem that is raised by the clients, okay, any general public, okay, who are maybe a stakeholder, so one or the other stakeholders of your organization. Do not ignore that challenge. Take up, okay. And if the challenge is very unfair, you have to fight back. You cannot accept whatever those people say. Okay, you should be very hard enough in fighting it back. In case you find that whatever challenge has been raised by the public, okay, and you find okay they are right, and there is a need for any organization in improving, okay, upon certain issues which our organization is having. So you people can say that if those challenges have merit, you need to fight for the corrective action. So you have to show that how best you people have taken it and what possible way that you people have adopted in changing yourself according to the requirement of the public or challenge. So we have media and PR relationship will never be better than professional. There are no favors for free launches. Remember, there's one chapter that we people are going to deal into this where a media relationship. Remember, media relationship, how best, because PR, whatever programs they do, okay, and the type of communication they have, and they want to reach certain target audience, these media people play a very important role. And they say that very professionally people have to deal with them because no media will be, specifically built for any organization. So any sort of lawful pressure, ad hoc pressures, where groups which people cannot avoid them, and one in one or the other way, those are going to affect the organization. Okay, you have to deal very properly with them, okay, or they will consume you in the media, and they take the organization to any level to damage the image of it. So you should give always some time to understanding those and controlling them. Okay, those type of groups. Now, PR has to be involved from the beginning to have maximum impact. This says that you take any organization for any sort of issues. Okay, if it finds that it has been raised, okay, in the environment where it should start from the beginning. So PR is not something necessity type of based activity which as and when it is required, even at that particular time, organization take up into the hand. No, it is something once the PR, organization begins, along with that PR activities need to be also begin. So that can give you the maximum, impact on building a relationship with the public or audience, the target audience. So we have full and complete disclosure and communication. Okay, is the best way to keep from getting greedy when entrusted with the public's memory. It says that any shortfall that people have in the organization, any problem which is being experienced in the organization, or a problem is faced by organization, you people have to completely disclose it. You should be very honest in communicating that in the best possible way. Okay, where that can create a good relationship with the public due to the honest nature of the organization. Okay. So once the issue has happened, and later the organization shouldn't find itself greedy in front of the public. So before that only people have to communicate. So doing the right things is more important than doing the things right. It says that don't make a mistake and do correction. So do something which are free from the mistakes. Okay, there is some such things as a corporate ethics what people have to follow. Okay, and people are either ethical or they are not, and these people determine the ethics of the organization. Okay, see to it that ethical practices are followed into the organization, fine, and you can also expect the same thing into the. You can include indulge that also incorporate that into the even public also if you are a very ethical one. If you have to say something, then always truth is the best way that you have to say always truth to the public. Okay. Then we have 16th one, appeal to self-interest are seldom unrewarded. Okay. So always you don't go with saying that certain type of information, or say communicating information to the public or target audience, having only self-interest of the organization. Show something that even the interest what organization is also having in contributing to the public issues. Okay. So involvement in the planning stage provides ownership and support. If the top management not sold, the project will never succeed. It says that if the top management is not completely involved into peer programs, those projects cannot be so successful, right? Okay, the involvement of that top management in the planning process also is required in 17th and 18th. We have absent truthworthiness information. People assume the worst. Rumors thrive in the vacuum of no information. Now it says where information has to be furnished, okay, you have to keep your public engaged with the organization and its related issues, okay, and whatever information if you are transferring to the public, okay, see that there should be some trustworthy into the information. Otherwise, what happens is people go on thinking it as something the worst one. They go on assuming it as a very worst information which has been furnished to those people. So most negative can become positive when a little creative effort and a lot of hard work is required. Yes, if you go through some few of the concepts which we people have discussed into your previous slides, where it says that some challenges that you people can receive from the clients, products, and other organizations also. So they can affect the organization. If they're affecting, we say it as the most negative one. Okay, and remember any negative issues which are generated and will be affecting organization, take up them into the hand in such a way that that can be converted into a positive sense if you have good creative effort. Okay, those things can be also made into a very positive aspects by taking care of creative aspects. Okay? Whatever efforts that you people put in bringing organization out of those that negative effects to the positive effects, and a lot of hard work is also required for that. Okay, so this is all about your module 1 of public relations. Fine. So here, this is what we people have completed the module 1. Okay. Fine. Any doubts that you people have? Any doubts that you people have? See, I have sent you the